Hey, Tori. How did you hear about Slab City?
Well, I heard about Slab City on the internet only about 2 weeks before I got here.
How did you find your spot? How did you come to be on the section of the desert? How did you choose where you're living?
I chose where I was living because the videos that I saw showcased a camp that I currently inherited. And it was open for somebody to inhabit, and that was the only videos I really saw. And so I choose to move out this way.
How long have you been here? When you quote your time, is it continuous or did you leave and then come back?
Well, I've been here for 6 years. And I guess I was saying 7 summers, but I guess I missed one because I had to go back to the East Coast. So I've been here for 6 years and 6 summers.
What are some things you've learned since you've been here?
I've learned a great deal of things. So growing up in the city, I didn't have to really deal with climate really because I was always inside. I learned that living outside is way more fun. I also learned that working with the world you live in instead of fighting against it is a lot easier. Going with what is natural and what makes you happy. You don't have to deal with stuff that doesn't make you happy. You can just literally say goodbye.
How do you handle the heat?
Well, I handle the heat a lot differently than a lot of people. I have a great deal of water at my disposal. So I am actually able to use a lot of evaporative cooling techniques, as well as making sure to always stay in the shade. And of course, staying hydrated. I like to average anywhere between 1.5 to 2 gallons of water a day to make sure that I stay hydrated. I found that the more that I hydrate, the less that my skin burns, etc.
What's one of the biggest hurdles or accomplishments that you have achieved living off grid in the slabs or during your time in the slabs?
One of the biggest hurdles that I have achieved is making friends with the wrong people. They have taken things from me. They have hurt my trust. They have really shot my self-esteem at times. However, learning to put that down and walk away from it is probably the biggest hurdle that I have overcome and learned from, is really putting my love and faith in those who deserve it.
Favorite slab chore and least favorite slab chore?
It really depends on whether it's winter or summer. In the summer, I like washing dishes and doing laundry because it's water chores. And in the winter, I hate it. In the summer, I hate burning trash and cooking. But in the winter, I kind of like those things. So it really just depends on the season and that sort of thing.
What do you do with your trash? How do you get rid of garbage in your camp?
In our camp, I say our because there's several people that live in my camp with me. We have dealt with trash in numerous ways. One is art, and two, we burn it. We used to have a trash service, but that got expensive really quickly. And also, they don't allow us to use the dump because we are unincorporated, and that is for the town of Nyland and its surrounding parts within its township.
Tell me about your drinking water and your washing water situation. And how much water you estimate you use monthly in both categories for and if you have separate water for bathing or for drinking.
So our water situation is we get drinking water from town, and 2 or 3 people we chip in on it in camp, our campmates, and we go through about 275 gallons every 2 or 3 months in the wintertime, and we go through about 275 gallons in 1 month in the summertime. And that's because our water intake significantly changes.
Are you a camp that offers something to tourism? So if someone comes down to see Slab City for the day, are you a camp that they could come up to your door and come inside and see something, or you want them to pre-arrive?
So in my camp, we have multiple residents who live here. We are a home camp. We are not a public camp. We do allow people to come and visit and see the different ways that we have chosen to live and to experience the magical world that we've created for ourselves, and to give excitement to others and ideas as well.
Do you regret your decision moving out here, or would you do it again?
If I had to choose to move here again with everything that I know now and the experiences that I've had, Yeah, I definitely would.
What is your favorite slab event?
My favorite slab event would probably be just going to get coffee at the Oasis. It happens every morning during the winter season, and in the summer they do weekends sometimes. I really enjoy going there. I can meet with a lot of people that I don't get to see on a daily basis. And they have coffee. So, I mean, that makes it way better.
Everybody asks us if we deal with how we deal with the heat, but no one ever asks us how we deal with cold. How do you deal with cold?
So I kind of freeze in the winter. I can handle heat very well. However, the cold, it really locks up my bones. And so I try to stay as layered up and as covered up and as inside as possible. Just basically the same way that a lot of the people here do in the summertime. They kind of hide away from it. So me personally, I usually kind of hide away from it.
What do you do for income while you're here?
So for income, there are several options. However, I choose to work for the seasonal businesses that are out here, like washing dishes or cleaning camps or one of those sorts of things. It's really hard to find a job in Babylon when you don't have a vehicle because you can't get there. And that makes things extra difficult. But thank goodness that other slabbers give other slabbers jobs because that helps keep our economy running.
Show me something or talk about something that you're proud of or that makes you smile.
What I'm most proud of is the peaceful, respected, safe home that I've created for not only myself, but my campmates.
Tell me something that you find interesting about the slabs.
What I find most fascinating about the slabs is how every season, whether it be winter or summer, those are the only seasons that matter out here, everything is completely different from season to season. Some of the people may change, but like it just the whole like vibe changes because it goes from fun to survive, and that's just such a weird bounce.
What is the name of your camp and do you have a slab nickname?
Naming your camp is one of the many joys of establishing a camp out here in Slabs. I decided to call mine Camp Beeside because I am a beekeeper, so it's Beeside. And I was never given a slab name. I was given nicknames and stuff by different groups of people that have passed through camp, but as far as an actual slab name, I have always just been Tori.
What's the bathroom situation like in your camp? And do you have a public restroom?
So in my particular camp, we don't have any public restrooms. We did at one point, but it got a little out of control. So each resident in my home has their own personal bathroom with their own septic shitter dug. We require that, and you have to dig your own hole. It's Slab City, dig your own hole.
What are your plans for the future?
So the original plan was to stay here forever. But with the Lithium Valley stuff coming through, that may not be an option. So we as a family here in camp are deciding whether or not we pack up together and move. We're just kind of waiting to see what we will and will not be allowed to do here once that really kicks off.